Sometimes your business owner, they give you a file and you have to load it into SQL Server. So for example, we're going to be using this housing data here that just shows an address, the information about the property, and the listing agent. So this is a CSV file and we want to load it into SQL. So I have this file, the link in the description box, you can follow along. So I'll go to SQL and let's put it into this AdventureWorks database. So I'm going to right click here and I'll go to task. And because this is a CSV file, we're going to use import flat file. If yours is an Excel file, then you have to use import data. So I'll click import flat file and I'll click next. This is going to ask us where we have the file saved. So I'll click on browse and this should open up our file explorer. This is the file. You can see it's an Excel file, so I'm going to click it. I'll click open. And this is going to show me where the file is stored and the table name. If I want, I can change the table name to be housing data. I'm just without a space, housing data. And you can change the schema here. This is going to bring out all the schemas that you have in your database currently. I want it to go into sales schema. So I'm going to click sales and I'll click next. And now we're getting this error. That's because I have the file open. So if you get the error, make sure you close the file. So I'm going to close the file here and I'll say okay. And let's try again. I'll click next. So now this is fine. So this is just going to show you some of the data that you have in your file. So this looks good. I'm going to click next. And here it's going to show us all the columns. This primary key we're going to discuss in another video. Allow null just means that we want this to allow null information. So we can click this and I'm going to click next. Right here is showing us this is the database that this is going to go to. This is the name of the table that I'm going to create in that database, and this is just the file information. Now we're going to click finish. And we can see here that this was successful. I'm going to click close. Now we need to refresh this database because we just loaded new information into it. So right click and go to refresh. And I'm going to expand this and go to tables. And now in the sales schema, we have to go to the sales schema. We are in the sales schema. We have to look for housing data. So this is the new one. I'm going to right click and say select top 1000 rows. So now we should see the file that we just loaded. Yeah, we can see everything about that file that we just loaded into the database. As a beginner, when you first open up SQL Server, you might see this and you just have to click connect. And on the left hand side here, you would see if I expand databases, you'll see all your database. If you don't have a database, I already have a video on how you can download and have a database in here. So you can watch that video. Okay. So these are all your databases here. If you in real life, you might have a lot of databases here, but for us, we just have one. If I expand this, you will see your tables right here, your views. For now, let's expand tables. So you will see all your tables in this database. All of them. You can scroll down and you can see all of them. Okay. So to create a new query, right now we don't have any place to write query. You have to click on this place where it says new query. When I click it, now you see here, you can open as many new query as you want. If you want, you can open another one. You see, now we have 2, 1 and 2. Okay. Next is we have to, in this box here, you can see that it's saying available databases right here. Available databases. If I expand this, we'll see that we see AdventureWorks and we see some of the databases. These databases are being used by SQL Server by itself. This is the only one database that we currently have. So you can select that so that all your query here will be looking at this database here. Sometimes people would say use, and you can put the name of your database. So right now, name of database is AdventureWorks. So I'm going to type in AdventureWorks 2022. See? So you can execute this. To execute anything here, you click execute. So this is fine. If you have many databases here and you want to connect to one of them, you just have to say use the name of the database and you put a go here. Okay, so next thing for us is let's talk about how to do commenting in SQL. Commenting is very important. Commenting is not for SQL Server, but it's for the next person after you to understand why you have written your code in a certain way. So commenting in SQL, we have two ways. You can say dash dash and you can type in this is a comment. We can see here that this is a color. This color has changed. This is now green. This is because SQL Server does not know what is here. It just uses everything that is outside of this comment. So this is one way that we do commenting in SQL. We have another way if we have multiple lines. So another way is to do slash, star, star, slash. And in here, you can type in whatever you want. My name is Mimi. I can go to another line and type in you are welcome to my channel. You can go to another line and say you are great. This is called multi-line commenting, and this is called single line commenting. Single line meaning if I were to come down here and start typing my name is Mimi, if I try to run something here, you see now I have this error down here. SQL Server is like, I don't understand what you're saying, but I need to tell you that, oh, don't worry, this is just a comment. For me to say that, I can put this into like that. Now I don't have any error. So that's how we do commenting in SQL. Now let's do the first two most important syntax in SQL. Those are select and from. So let's do select from. I like to explain select as select mean give me. So let's put it in the comments. Now we know comments dash dash. Select means give me, like you're telling somebody give me something. Now this from means this is the place that I want you to go look for that thing. So this is where this is the place to look at. So you're telling someone select, which is give me, and you're saying, okay, go to this place and look. Okay, for us, we want to tell SQL Server, go to this address table. So I'm going to say select. Let's come down here from. You're telling SQL Server, go to the address table. So you need to type in the as you see it here. So this person dot address. So I'm just going to drag it here. So this is the name of the table. This one right here, the person is the schema. Schema in SQL is a way, as you can see down here, it says schema. Schema is a way that we group things in SQL Server. Let's say select from. This is where I want you to go. This is the table. Okay, now it's still giving us an error. Why? Because we have not told SQL Server what we want. We just said, give me, go to this table. What do you want it to give you? Well, if I put a star, I'm telling SQL Server, now you see there's no error. I'm telling SQL Server, give me everything. So now if I click this execute, see, now we see all the results. This bottom part is where you see the results. This is where you write your query. This is where you get your results. If there's an error, let me try to put an error here. Let me just put a comma and I click execute. Now it's telling me there's an error. I need to fix it before the query can run. So let me remove the error and let's click execute again. Now it's fine. So any query that you run here, you will see the result here. And if you go to the bottom right here, it will usually tell you how many I've returned. SQL Server has returned this many row just for running this query. So this star, remember, star means give me everything. Star means select star from this table. I'm saying SQL Server, please give me everything on this table. Give me everything on this table. So let me come down here. Let's do another one. You can reduce this right here. I'm going to reduce this. Let's say I don't want everything. I just want maybe the address and the city. How do we do that? We still have to have the select and the from. Your query cannot run without those two. So let's do select, from. So let's say we already know that we want this table. So I'm just going to copy and I'm going to paste it here. We just want the address, line 1, and city. So I'm going to come here and tell SQL Server, I don't want everything. I don't want to see all the columns like I see here. I just want address line 1, address line, and as you type, it will show you. I just want this one. I just double click on it, and I also want the city. So I'll type city. So I'm telling SQL Server, don't give me everything. Just give me the address line 1. Now I highlight this and I run it. Now I just have address line 1 and the city. Now that you have this address line 1 and the city, sometimes they just have you to pull that, and you just need to give them the result. So to do that, I'm going to click here, and right click and go to copy with headers, or you can say save results as. I like to do this copy with headers. So when you copy it, and I'll open up Excel, and now I can paste the result here. And I can just give it a nice name, address data pool, and I just save this, and I can now send this over to whoever is asking for this. Okay, now let's go back to SQL. So for practice, I want you to write a SQL query. So I'm going to put it in a comment right here. Let's do multi-line comments. So I want you to write a SQL query that will return. So we're going to use this table right here that says employee. So I'm going to run a select star real quick on this table, so I can see all the columns that we have in there. Okay, now we have all that. So write a SQL query that will return the business entity ID, the job title, and the birth date right here. So return this column, business entity ID, the job title, and birth date. Okay, I'm going to put this here. So write a SQL query that will return the business entity ID, which is this one, the job title, which is this, and the birth date. And you can put the query in the comment section below. I'll see you in my next video where we're going to be doing more of this beginners for SQL. Bye.